Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. Good evening, distinguished guests, Bapak dan Ibu yang terhormat, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Manokwari, West Papua Province, Indonesia.
Steffina Yuli. She is the Chief Business Officer at Kipin. And Steffina is Yale graduate, former BCG consultant, and as well as a published children's author and former broadcast journalist. She began her career in Boston Consulting Group, working with large Indonesian companies and state-owned enterprises to develop digital strategies. And she is also with Kipin. She has the unique opportunity to combine her business leadership with her love for digital transformation and social impact. And Kipin is a disruptive edutech solution backed by MIT and Cominfo awards that help millions of teachers, students, and schools nationwide learn even where there is no internet. Steffina Yuli. Please give big applause to her. How are you, Steffina?
Doing well. Thank you so much for having me here.
First time to
Papua.
Manokwari?
Yeah.
Okay. Steffina, one of the major challenges when it comes to digitally driven education is the fact that in many countries, digital infrastructure is not equal, both in terms of physical infrastructure and people skill in using digital tools. So maybe you can share us your experience in Kipin.
Yeah. Thanks for the question. So I hope everyone is still awake. My name is Steffi from Kipin. So I think you're absolutely right. Digital infrastructure is very different when it comes to urban and rural. I think we all know urban is well connected to digital learning, but I actually wanted to give an example from rural, and if you can share the slide
you can
up here.
show the PowerPoint.
Yeah, this is a very real example of what rural can look like in Indonesia, right? So this is Pak Unu from Sarawai in West Kalimantan. He shared a picture of the one that you see there of the two students under a tarp. And essentially they're taking a national computer assessment because that's the only place that they can get internet. And so he really needed a solution today. This is what a digital infrastructure issue looks like in reality, you know.
Okay.
So he purchased our Kipin, and it was delivered first by boat, and then by a speedboat, and then hand carried up to the school in order to get to the school. Yeah.
Okay, so what impacts do you see that digitalized education system brings to students? Are there any significant differences between urban and rural area?
Yeah, so I think like this example, for example, there's sort of a few key challenges that that are faced, right? So 3 key challenges. I would say the first one is obviously internet is not great. Maybe we can still improve. It's still a challenge for many areas. And essentially what we do is we take something we call a bridging technology. So even when you don't have internet, you can turn something like this on. This is our Kipin device, the one that I showed in Pak Unu's example. And you can use your smartphone to connect to this even when you don't have internet. So essentially, you take your smartphone, you can download all of the content that you need to learn, Kemdikbud content, MOE curriculum content, completely without internet. The other challenge I think that is really faced is digital literacy. This is something talked about in a lot of reports with the World Bank, UNICEF, everyone talks about this. The issue over there is that digital infrastructure is a long-term game. It takes a long time to build, but digital literacy is something that we need today. Every day that someone does not have digital literacy is a day that they are further left behind. And so this is why we really come in to solve this particular issue. You just turn it on,
Wow.
3 minutes and a school can go digital. And this is the important thing here is we try to meet the user where their digital literacy is at today. Yeah.
Wow, that's excellent.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and in your view, what does it take to ensure that quality and inclusive education are standardized and accessible to any students?
Yeah. I think just, the two challenges just now that I was kind of highlighting, we just need a solution that meets the user where they're at today. I think that's the simplest thing that we can do. We need solutions that can really bridge to them without waiting for digital infrastructure to be ready, because we can actually bridge to digital literacy today. And the last point probably that I will just add is it's also important, affordability. I think that is very key in Indonesia, but also in many other countries. If you can just go one more slide, I think this is something that I just want to leave for us to think about. In terms of affordability, we all want to go towards digital learning, but if you don't have money, and sometimes you get left behind in that race towards digital learning. And so we need to shift our mindset to find models where students can learn for free. And the great news is that technology exists and those solutions exist. So yeah, I think that's my 2 cents.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you for sharing your experience and your opinions.